Is this the boldest transfer window in Newcastle history, or just the calm before the storm? After lifting the Carabao Cup and securing Champions League football, the Magpies are back in business, and this time they mean proper business. We might be witnessing the dawn of a new black and white dynasty, and there's a Swedish wizard who could be the final piece of Eddie Howe's Champions League puzzle. A winger who's been absolutely mint for Forest. Until now, most people have been sleeping on him. Let's dive into what's really happening behind the scenes at St. James's Park, man. What's up, Toon Army? Welcome back to NUFC Quick News, your go-to source for everything Newcastle United, the passion, the pride, and a black and white fight. Today we're talking about a transfer saga that's got the entire Jordan nation buzzing, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the end because there's a massive twist that's got the whole of Tyneside talking. Right, let's get straight into it, Mara. Newcastle United have just gone proper mental in the transfer market, and I'm talking about Anthony Elanga, that absolute unit from Nottingham Forest who's been tearing up the Premier League like nobody's business. We've just lobbed in our second bid for the Swedish international, and this time we're not taking a piss. We're talking $55 million quid, Toon Army. That's serious wedge, and it shows just how much Eddie Howe wants to get his man. But here's the thing that's got me absolutely creaming myself. This isn't some last minute panic buy or anything like that. This has been brewing for ages, man. Remember last summer when we tried to get ELANGA on deadline day? That $50 million bid that got knocked back? Well, Eddie Howe never forgot about that rejection, and now he's back like a man possessed. What do you reckon, Toon Army? Are we finally showing the ambition we've all been gagging for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I want to hear from every single one of you. Now let's talk about why ELANGA is absolutely perfect for what we're building at St. James Park. This lad had a blinding season with Forest, and I mean absolutely blinding. 6 goals and 11 assists in 38 Premier League appearances, starting every single game. He was instrumental in helping Forest achieve their highest league finish in decades, securing 7th place in European football for the first time in 30 years. But here's what really gets me buzzing about this potential signing: ELANGA's pace and versatility. This isn't just another one-trick pony who can only play on one side. We're talking about a player who can operate anywhere across the front line, has electric pace, and can create magic out of nowhere. Remember how we struggled last season when we needed that extra bit of flair in the final third? Well, ELANGA could be the answer to all those problems, man. Eddie Howe has identified him as his #1 winger target, and when the gaffer wants someone this badly, you know there's something special. The word coming out of the training ground is that Howe sees ELANGA as a player who can significantly improve our attacking options. And let's be honest, after watching some of our performances last season, we definitely need that extra spark. Are you getting as excited as I am about this potential signing? Because honestly, I can already picture ELANGA in the black and white stripes, absolutely terrorizing Premier League defenses week in, week out. But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is something that loads of people aren't talking about. Forest value ELANGA at $60 million, and they have absolutely no desire to sell him. They've already knocked back our first bid of $45 million, and now they're sitting on this $55 million offer, probably thinking long and hard about their next move. The fascinating thing is that ELANGA himself is reportedly keen to make the move to Newcastle. Think about that for a second. Here's a player who's just helped his team achieve something magical, European football, and he's still interested in what we're building at Newcastle. That tells you everything about the pull of this football club and the vision that Eddie Howe and the ownership have created like. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you're loving this content, Toon Army. We're bringing you all the latest Newcastle news as it happens. Now, here's the plot twist that's making this transfer even more complicated. We're not the only ones in for ELANGA anymore. According to reports, Arsenal are plotting a move to beat Newcastle United in the race to sign Anthony ELANGA from Nottingham Forest. But you know what? I'm not worried one bit. Here's why I think we're still in the driving seat. Our project is bigger, our ambition is clearer, and most importantly, Eddie Howe has a track record of developing young talent into world-class players. Just look at what he's done with players like Bruno Guimaraes, Alexander Isak, and Anthony Gordon. Elanga would be walking into a system where he can thrive and take his game to the next level. Elanga already has some good relationships with Newcastle players, having played for Sweden alongside Alexander Isak and Emil Kraft. And get this, Elanga is also friends with Newcastle's latest permanent senior signing, William Osula, who loads of fans are now calling Agent Osula because of his connections with our transfer target. What's your gut feeling, Toon Army? Do you think we'll get this one over the line? The comment section is calling your name. The other thing that's working in our favor is we've qualified for next season's Champions League. That's absolutely massive, man. We can offer Elanga Champions League football, and after missing out on European competition this past season, that's gotta be tempting for a player of his quality. Sky Sports are reporting that Newcastle United have a free run on the player with no rival clubs competing for the Sweden International, and NUFC now close on getting to a transfer fee that will be agreed by Nottingham Forest. Keith Downey, who covers us for Sky Sports, reckons the deal will get done. Just a case of us going that little bit further to reach a compromise figure that Forest will accept. There's also another angle to this story that's absolutely mental. Manchester United have a 20% sell-on clause for Elanga, which means they'll pocket a nice chunk of whatever fee Forest eventually accept. It's ironic, really. United let this lad go, and now they're going to profit from his success elsewhere. But that's football for you, innit? The timing of this bid is also crucial. We're not waiting until the last minute this time. We're moving early in the window, showing Forest that we're serious and giving ourselves time to negotiate properly. After missing out on targets like João Pedro to Chelsea, we can't afford to let another quality player slip through our fingers. Forest's position is understandable. Why would they want to sell one of their best players when they're about to embark on a European adventure? But football is also a business, and $55 million is serious money that could fund multiple signings and squad improvements. According to Fabrizio Romano, Newcastle are pushing to get it done and are in concrete negotiations with Forest. The response from Forest has yet to be revealed, but the fact that we've come back with an improved bid shows serious intent from the ownership and management team. Here's the bottom line. Toon Army, this Anthony Elanga transfer could be the signing that defines our entire summer window. We're talking about a proven Premier League performer, a player who's already delivered at the highest level, and someone who fits perfectly into Eddie Howe's system. We're not just making up the numbers in the transfer market anymore. We're competing with the big boys for elite talent, and with Champions League football back at St. James Park, we can offer players something special. The fact that Elanga is keen on the move, combined with his friendship with Isak and Osula, plus our ability to offer Champions League football, makes this feel like it's meant to be. Forest might be holding out for that $60 million valuation, but with the right structure of add-ons, there's definitely a deal to be done here. Smash that like button if you're buzzing about the possibility of Elanga in black and white, and hit subscribe to never miss a Toon update. What do you think about this $55 million bid? Is it money well spent, or should we be looking elsewhere? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay proud, stay loud, and always keep the faith. Away the lads!